Hello, everybody. How's everybody doing today? Let me switch cameras. Want to make sure everything's right before we do anything. Let me know that you can see me and you can hear me by giving me a thumbs up. While you're at it, hit the like button, the subscribe button, as well as that little notification bell. You do all three of those, you're in the classes. It's been a long day. Hi, Aurora. It's been a long day for all of us, I think. Hi, Marianne. Hi, Katia. Hi, Tom. Hi, Jeremy. Hi, Caitlin. Let's see who else in here. Hi, Joanne. And let's see. I think I got everybody. We got a little time to chit chat. So, how's everybody been? We're sweltering down here. We're in Florida. Hi, Nanetta. We got a really good group growing here. Hi, Pam. Hi, Teresa. Is everybody ready to learn about some joins? Today may be a short class. Well, not too short, but shorter than normal. Let's put it that way. 78 degrees up there. We're sitting. Hi, Carol. Hi, Lynn. It is now 90 degrees and it's 8% humidity in the air, which makes it feel what, like well over 100. Okay, the girl who sells thread for tatted jewelry in Italy. That is, she's a friend of Georgia's. Oh, hi, Mary. I had her name, Aurora. It was right there on the tip of my tongue. You know, it's a stamp. Get it out there. Her daughter sells the Ankar's thread. She does the penny thread. Etta Gustala. That's what it is. Etta Gustala. Yes. Hi, Marie. Yeah, she had a web page. I don't know if she still does or not. I don't know what's going on. A lot of the older members, they're disappearing like flies in the winter, you know? I can't help that the camera's acting up. I don't have the right lighting yet. I tried. It didn't work. Hi, Mary. Upside down grin. Okay. I love it. You're ready to go. You've been just released from rehab. I can see that. One of my medications that I take. Hi, Sue. Um, every time we make a sharp turn, Pam can tell you this. She went with me up to Tat Days and came to visit with us basically. And we went up through the Smoky Mountains and all that. And every time it was a sharp curve, man, I thought I was going to lose my breakfast. But even on the interstate, when you make those loop-de-loos, oh my gosh, I get so dizzy and so sick at my stomach. And it's the medicine that I take that causes that. So my end-all be-all cure for it is lose a bunch of weight and lose a bunch of medicine. That's what we do. Yeah, wish me luck on that. I've done it before though. I have. It just took about 6, 7 months. Hi, Barb. Sorry I missed your call Friday. I was sort of kind of out of it. Hi, Robin. As soon as everybody gets in here. Yeah, I know. It's like a constant tilt-a-whirl, isn't it? And they don't know what causes vertigo. I don't believe they do. I've heard of a lot of people having vertigo, and it's horrible. It's horrible. Hi, Mary. Wow, we have a fantastic group. First of all, when we get classes started, I want to ask everybody a question, and then I want to go into the notices and stuff y'all need to be notified of, things like that. And then we'll get into class. You know, little announcements. Hi, Mary Jane. Yeah, I know. I can relate with that, Barb. I sure can. Hi, Deborah. Deborah and I live the same kind of life. We both live in an RV. Hi, Kathleen. Yeah, but I'm taking so much D3 now. I don't get it. They said it was the medicine I take. I have a lot of blood pressure medicine that I take, and it thins my blood out. So that could be what's causing it. She's still selling threads. She has some beautiful threads, Aurora. You and me both. I just want to get out of Florida. I have another doctor's appointment coming up in October, and I can't wait to get to it so that he can say, bye-bye, I'll see you next year. You're doing great, you know. Because I do feel better, and I feel energized. I'm not sleepy, tired all the time. You know, they are getting so much better. Changes that we've made is really, really working. Plus, you know, sitting in a sweat box, we lose weight that way. You know, I'm just saying. All right, it is 2:58. We got a couple of minutes, and we'll get into this. And like I said earlier, it may be a shorter class than normal, which it's fine. It's fine. We don't really set a date, you know, a time frame on the class. It takes as long as it takes. It takes as short as it takes. That's just the way it is. Maybe they will find out, Marianne. I got news for you, Jeremy. The temps can go down to 40 degrees, and I will walk outside in a light jacket. I love cold temps. I don't like the heat. It makes me, yeah, I don't feel like doing anything. It's like if I move, you know, it's painful. How many days are the classes? Okay, I will get to that today. That's all right, Mary. I can understand, you know, typing problems. We call it typosis. It stems from way back when we was in a chat room. So we've all learned how to read it. Hi, Joanne. Yeah, I know. And I loved it. I loved it. We do not turn, folks, we do not turn our heater on in this rig until it gets down to 50. And then it only is turned on to 60 degrees. The hottest we've ever had our heater on is, I think it was 63 or 64 degrees. And that was just to keep the tanks on the rig warm and the basement warm so nothing froze up. We have, everything has heat tape on it, but just as a backup precaution, you got to have heat going into that basement. Hi, Sherry. Oh, thank you. Hi, Tasha. Haven't seen you in age. What is it, last week? All right, it's 3 o'clock, folks. It's time to get started on the classes for today. The first announcement that we have to make. Okay, we used to run the classes. Hi, Nikki. We used to run the classes 6 weeks off 2, 6 weeks off 2. I'm going to run the classes 6 to 8 weeks and then take a week off. I'm trying to play catch up for the time that I had to take off for health problems. Okay, we will see how it plays out. Hi, Bev. But 6 weeks is guaranteed. The other 2 is a maybe if we're up to it. All right. If we don't have to move the rig from here to Kingdom Come, then we'll be all right. Another announcement. Weekends, Saturday and Sunday. If you try to get a hold of me, it will be impossible. Okay. Those are the days that we move the rig. Okay. When we go somewhere, we try to stay for the full month, but sometimes you can't, especially as women, winter comes on, the snowbirds come south, and the time frame you get to stay gets shorter and shorter. Okay. And the reason we stay in Florida is because most of our membership locations are in Florida. They're all around on the coastline, but there are certain places we don't want to go in the winter. Texas is one. Okay, because they lose solar and nobody has power. And then if you're in a rig, all you've got is your generator, and all that generator is going to do is keep our refrigerator going. Okay, so understand that, yeah, there's certain places we can't go. But when we relocate, we try to get a length of time. But we have a backup plan for winter to where we'll probably be stationary for about 3 months. So, yeah, we got that covered. So just remember, if you try to get a hold of me on Saturday or Sunday, yeah, it's not going to happen. You can get a hold of Pam. Pam can answer most questions for me. If she can't, she'll say, let me call her and see. And she will call me that evening. Okay. And ask me the question, and then I'll give her the answer. Hi, Jess. Hi, Brenda. All right. Now, the third announcement is Teresa Woods is in the hospital. If you have not heard, she has hurt her knee somehow, and it's broken from my understanding. Okay. Teresa Oren can tell you more about it, but put her in your prayers, folks. She's going through a trial right now. She's got back trouble. And she's got the knee problem now. We all get to that certain age, things just start breaking and falling apart. Well, she's starting to break and fall apart, but she's in good hands. She's got a good mind, okay? And she's on top of her game. So keep her in your prayers and your thoughts that she has a fast recovery, okay? Because where she lives at, from my understanding, they got some really fine doctors and hospitals. So just know she's in good hands. All right. Another deal. Good spirits. Awesome. That is awesome. I want everybody to keep Richard and Georgia in your thoughts and prayers. Richard is sick. Okay. He has, I don't know if Georgia want me to tell you or not, but I think it would be best. He has cancer. And he is getting treatment. He's responding well, okay? But he is in the hospital. As with any type of cancer, you're in and out until it's gone, okay? But pray for Georgia. Those two are close. I mean, for to be together as long as they've been together, it's like they're honeymooners, okay? They're very, very close. When Richard had surgery, she was in the hospital from her strokes. she went up and stayed in his room. They brought her up there so that she could be with him. So there you go. They're very, very close. So keep them both in your prayers and your thoughts for a fast recovery, and that everything goes well. Hey, Arlene. We've also lost a tatter this week. She went to the IOLI convention. Anita Berry was with her all that week at the IOLI. And then she finds out she's terminal. And now she is in hospice. Now, the convention was just in August. Okay. I don't know if she was sick at that time or not, but I would venture to say if she's in hospice now, either she was sick and didn't tell anybody, or she didn't know she was sick. And it's just too late. And, you know, I'm a firm believer, if I got cancer, don't tell me. I don't want to know. I want to live my life to the fullest until the day I take my last breath. And maybe that was her choice. And if it was, you all pray for her to be at ease and without pain in these next weeks or whatever, however long. Okay. But, you know, send her to the other side peacefully. So keep her in your prayers. I put a notice. Her name is Kelly. I cannot pronounce her last name, but put her in your prayers. We've lost far too many people lately, far too many people. And we need to all look at the good times that we have had with those that are around us. Okay? Let the bad things go to the side and look at the good things. Look at the positives. Okay? And move forward. Because what I've been through, okay, took me down a road I shouldn't have went, because I shoved it all back. Just kept shoving it away, shoving it away, shoving it away. And I'll be honest with you, you don't want to do that. Face it and accept it, but face it with positive results. Don't bury it, okay? So with that said, prayers to those that need it, thoughts to those that need it. All right? Now, let's get on to today's class. I promised a goodie. All right? And Patricia Cobb, okay? You remember the name, you've heard the name. She always was in Georgia's classes. She is a contributor to the classes. When her and Cynthia and Sue Fuller went to Lodi, okay, which is Carrie Solomon's get together up at Finger Lakes. When they went there, they would stop by my house and spend the night to go there. And when they come back, they'd stop by my house and then they'd head home. It was a stopping point for them because that's a long trip, you know? And when they got there, I had a meal sitting on the table waiting for them. And they just thought that was the best thing since sliced cheese. But I was taught hospitality, okay? So when they came to my house, that's what they got, a meal. And she has contributed so many things for the classes, patterns included. And today she wrote me, she found out we was doing joins, and she wrote up a walkthrough on a Catherine Will joint that's really cute. So I told her, I said, if you don't mind, I'm going to share it with the class today. And she gave me permission. And also I put it up as a link on our webpage so you folks can go look at it and enjoy it because it is cute. All right. So with that said, here is the link and let's get into our lesson for today. All right. First on the agenda, how many of you know how many different joins there are? Give me a number. Throw me some numbers out. Is there 3? Is there 5? Is there 7? Is 23? How many different joins do you think we have in tatting? You're right, Katia, way too many. And a lot of them are duplicate. Thank you, Joanne. You're close. You're close. GN's got it. GN's got it. I think, yeah, mini up, down, alligator. You got it. You got it. Okay. And what it is, you get a lot of the same join with 7 different names. If you all watch the videos that I did for the classes for Georgia, you'll hear me list. It's also called this. It's also called this. It's also called this. It's also called this. Because someone will change one itty bitty thing and they've created a new one. And it's the same join. They may have changed how you went with your hook in the picot or up the back side of the picot. It's still the same join. Okay. Now, hear me out. There are 3 joins that we do in tatting constantly. We will do it almost in every pattern. Lark's head join, you got it. You will use it very, very frequently. And how you use it, guess what? It's a different join. Okay. So don't be afraid of the joins and don't be afraid of the names. But you need to learn as many as you can for the simple fact that one join will help you accomplish something easy. Okay? Other joins will drive you insane. And some people like that torture. Not me. Yes, Catherine will join. Aurora's on a roll, let me tell you. So, first join we do every tatting pattern is, does anybody know? It is easy. It's so easy. No, not a swirl join. Okay, it is an up join. And as beginners, you'll use it constantly because you don't know the difference in the joins and what they're used for, okay, and how to use them. But the up join, you use every pattern. I don't care what you're making, you're going to use that up join. Okay? Down join is another common one. That one is used in more patterns than not, but yet it's not used in every pattern unless, hear this clearly, you will not use the down join in every pattern unless you're tatting front side, back side tatting, or backside tatting. And I will explain the difference in the next class with the front side, back side, and the back side is. Those are 2 different techniques, folks. Believe it or not, there are 2 different techniques. Okay? And they are confusing. All right? Now, but the up join and the down join is used as the second most used join in tatting. The third join is a folded join. Now, as a beginner, those are the 3 joins you need to familiarize yourself with. Now, on the class YouTube channel, I have videos demonstrating each one of those joins. So you can fast forward, you can back it up, you can stop it, you can play all you want to do with that video. You can even slow it down. All right? And what I want you guys to do is go in there and play with those joins. All right, I've got some samples over here that we're going to play with after we get through explaining all this little fun stuff. Okay, now the next join is an alligator join. How many of you have done the alligator join? How many? And what would you use it for? The experienced tatters, let these inexperienced tatters answer it. I want to see if they can figure it out just by its name. Exactly, Arlene, exactly. It is to get from one side of a pattern to the other. And you've got to cross over an element to do it. So you use the alligator join, okay? When you use the alligator join, it closes just like an alligator closes its mouth, okay? That's what the alligator join is used for. So remember, the top thread will be shuttle 1, the bottom thread would be shuttle 2, and you're crossing over an element to get to the other side. And where you're going to cross over will be where the element and the chain or the element below it meets. It could be 2 rings, it could be a ring chain, it could be anything. But it's 2 elements together, okay? And you're crossing past it to go on with the pattern. There are several patterns that call for the alligator join, but they don't mention that. So you need to know when to use it, because that right there will save you so much time and trouble when you're working a pattern that you've got an element that dips below the line of progression and you need to go. Okay? So remember that. You're right. There's an old collar in the Riego book too that uses the alligator join, although they didn't call it that. It recently, in the past 20 years, got the name alligator join. Somebody was smart enough and gave it a name. Right. Katia used to call it a sandwich join. Hey, I don't care what you call them. If it works, it works. Okay, can the alligator join be done with needle tatting? I believe it can. Pam, have you done the alligator join? Jeremy, Tom, either one of you done the alligator join? That's way beyond me, Mary. Way beyond me. Yes, the minor flying Norwegian dragon uses it. Yes, the alligator join is demonstrated on one of the class videos. Okay, Katia says it can. Jeremy and Pam, all of them say, yes, you can use it in needle. Now, if there's a needle video up, I'm not sure. Those were done 17 years ago. Yeah, they was done a long time ago. Well, she asked if it was done, if you could do it on needle. Yeah, everything that is done with shuttle can be done with needle, but you have to get some fancy footwork in there, don't you, Katia? Needle tatters have a harder time than shuttle tatters because we have a set of instructions. Needle tatters don't have that set of instructions. Needle tatters has been shoved to the side for many, many years. There are tatters that say needle tatting is not tatting. I beg to differ. It is tatting. It is making lace. Tatting is lace making. So let's get off of the bandwagon, folks, that needle tatting is not tatting. It most certainly is, because tatting is lace and there is needle lace, and needle tatting falls under needle lace. Do we got that? I don't discriminate on anything. Right, Lena, right. She says the alligator is very simple with needle, although it is seldom used. Exactly, Aurora. Exactly. She says needle tatting is since 1970, and yes, it's tatting too. Okay, actually, Aurora, needle tatting began in 1967 when Selma Morin's husband, or is it Aaron Morin's? I don't know. It was Selma and Aaron Morin. They created the Jiffy needle tatting, and he made the first needles for tatting. Right. You're right, Barb. Thank you, Katia. Also, send us a permission slip to use that, please. I got to have those on file. Okay, finger tatting is also tatting. But there are die-hard tatters that say if you don't have a shuttle in your hand, you're not tatting. That don't fly in this group. We have open mind. If we can accept 7 different names for the Catherine wheel joint, we can accept needle tatters, finger tatters, toe tatters, whoever wants to tat with whatever, we can accept them. You got it, finger tatted. Right. You're right, Barb. She says what she meant to say is that when shuttle tatters wrap their stitches, the result is the same. And she's right. Now, again, I don't needle tat. I shuttle tat. Okay? That doesn't mean I don't give a voice to needle tatters. All right? What that means is I just never honed my skills in on needle tatting to that point that I have with shuttle. I was sort of like Georgia would say, you need to learn this, you need to learn this. And I was busy learning this and learning this. Yes, crow tatting. Tom does crow tatting. And, you know, crow tatting's making a comeback, folks. You and me both, and Arlene, she says she can accept needle tatters. However, she's not sure she can accept a dozen names for the Catherine wheel joint. And she's calling it a joke, but she's speaking the truth. Exactly, Mary. You'll be happy. You'll be happy. That's the whole point of these classes. I want everybody to learn their tool, learn their skill. Okay? That's what I want you to do. I don't care. Like I say, if you needle tat, you shuttle tat, you toe tat, or you finger tat, I don't care. I really don't care what you use. I want you to know how to use it. Okay? Exactly. You can use the needle as a shuttle. I've done that. I have done that myself personally. Used a needle as a shuttle, especially with ANCARs. It makes it so much easier, folks. It really does. Yeah, Jeremy taught you. And Jeremy crow tats. And that's what I say. There is tatting. It's lace. Okay. How many love lace? I got news for you. I'm going to tell you an old story. And this takes me back to my childhood. You know, I had a great aunt that she used to make men's suits for a living. Okay. All the businessmen would come to her to make their suits. And back in the day when she was doing this, it was 3-piece suits. Okay. She made all of my dresses. And I used to sit in her sewing room and just run the laces that she used for different clothes through my hands, because she also made women's clothing. And I just loved the feel of lace. Now, mind you, I was about 4 or 5 when I did this. Well, she made all of my dresses. All my dresses had handmade lace, because that's all she put out was handmade lace that she made. And I got her shuttles. I got her tatting needles. Okay. And I got a truckload of lace. Okay. And every dress I ever had tons and tons and tons of lace. And I felt like a princess wearing these dresses. Okay. So I've had a love of lace since I was knee high to a grasshopper. Okay. So yeah. Yeah, using a needle as a shuttle is very interesting. And yes, Mary, you can. Yeah, I've got laces, I've got vintage laces that will blow your mind. Okay. They're all in storage, they're packed safely. Yes, you're right. Needle tatting is tatting. All right, let's get back to the joints. Now, the three most common ones is up join, down join, and folded join. Next in line would be all your fancy footwork, but Catherine wheel join comes in next. Now, Catherine wheel join is got several different names. Okay. Catherine wheel is the most prevalent. Okay. But there's other names. And if you watch the Catherine wheel join video, you'll get all the long list of laundry names for Catherine wheel join. Now, what I'm going to demonstrate today is an up join and a down join. And what I want you to do for homework, folks, is I want you to tat an element. I don't care what it looks like. I'm not looking at the element. I am looking at the joints. And I want you to watch the video on the folded join. This is how I'm going to know you all are watching the videos. All right. I want you to watch the video and see how to do a folded join. Now, in order to accomplish this, if you watch the video, it gives you the answers. Okay. And then when we have class on Thursday, you're going to have a quiz on that folded joint. So you need to watch the video. All right. So we're going to go into the down shot. I'm going to show you the various ways you can do an up join and a down join. All right. And when we do these joints, I'm going to show you the difference in the look. All right. So with that, let me go down to the other camera so you can see my desktop. There we go. Now, this first one, we have two shuttles, two different colors of thread. If you can see in my hand, I got two different colors. I've got a pink and a purple. The reason I did that is so you can see these joins when they're made. All right. So the first thing we have to do is we have to tat our first 3 double stitches. These rings are 3 double stitches, a picot, 6 double stitches, a picot, 3. Close the ring. Reverse our work. Our chains are 4 double stitches, picot, 4 double stitches. Reverse our work. We learned reverse our work last week. Okay. Now for you all professed tatters, this is a review. If you've got input, please offer it. If you've got input for needle tatters, how to accomplish this, please offer it. Okay. Now we've got our 3 double stitches already in. Now we want to join this ring to this, that picot right there. And we're going to do an up join. All right. We're going to go down through the picot. We're going to grab that thread and pull it up through the picot. First, you have to make sure the hook on the little crochet hook is in the right direction so you can pull the picot. And that's what they call pulling a picot. Now, as we go down into this picot, all right, watch what happens. Let me get it up here. I'm going to stretch this thing out so y'all can see what it's going to do. Now, I just pulled the picot. Now what we want to do, let me get it in shot up here. There we go. You want to pull that down. Keep this thread, the one that's jiggling, tight. You want to pull it down into that picot so that it looks like it's continuing, okay? And you put in your next double stitch, okay? And then you would move on with your ring. Now I'm going to bring this up so that you all can see. Can everybody see that? The picot is in between the double stitches. You see that? Well, it just flipped just pretty as you please. There we go. The picot is in between the two double stitches. Now, what if? Now, this is one of those what if Y4s that I know everybody that knows Karina Mayfeld knows that was a favorite phrase of hers, and I just adored it after she said it the first time. And the reason is because she questioned everything about tatting, why you did it. And then she would work with it and say, well, why can't you do this? If it weren't for this, why couldn't you do this? And that's where the Y4s came from. So there's a bit of tatting regalia for you. I wish that that lady would come back into tatting. I really do. Her work was not subpar by no means. It was beautiful. You folks don't know what you're missing. All right, now what I just did, let me show you on camera. Get it up here. I backed off on this last one here, a half stitch. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to join here that picot with my little pick instead of a crochet hook and pull it up. Up, I'm off camera. Sorry about that, folks. When I'm looking at the tatting, it's hard. All right, here we go. Now, we're going to put in the second half of that stitch. All right. Nope. I think it's the first half. You got to start it with a new stitch. That's correct. All right, going to start it with a new stitch and finish it out. This is what it looks like. If you do that, that's another way to join. You only put in a half stitch and move on. Hi, Steph. Okay. Now, if you want, you can do the Jan method. You can back it up and just put the second half of the stitch in. You know, doesn't matter. However you want to put your picots in is up to you. But the standard protocol for picots is a double stitch, picot, and a double stitch. Because doing it this way, you lose the picot in where you join. Okay? It will drop back through. So, standard is the double stitch and go in. Grab it, pull it up. That is our up join. All right? And then you just go ahead with your tatting until you have another join. All right? So that's how you do that. Now let's go look at the down join. All right? I got all kinds of threads and stuff working over here. These little knots that you're seeing, it's just where I tied off and cut it short. All right, so here we go. This one, we got this lime green looking thing, and we've got this fuchsia looking purple. Same stitch count, okay? But we have just regular shuttles, okay? The other was a bobbin shuttle with a regular clover shuttle. Clover puts out good shuttles. Don't think they don't. All right, so we're going to do the same thing. We're going to put in our 3 double stitches without catching the clover shuttle. It's 2 and 3. And if you notice, I'm running my shuttle like this. That's why you hear it catching on the thread. I don't have enough room in here. Normally, I don't have that problem. Today, I'm going to. Murphy's moved in. I won't tell you what he's done. It wasn't pretty. I'm just washing clothes. That's all. You can figure it out from there. All right. So now we got to do a down join. A down join, the thread is going to enter from the top of the picot and come down through the bottom. Okay. So in order to do that and get it symmetrical, okay, and make it lay proper, you got to lay your thread on top of the picot. You have to, or it will not pull correctly. It'll twist, it'll tangle. And if you've got Murphy living with you like I do, it can do so much more. Trust me, it can. Now you want to hook, thread on the finger, keeps that open so we can run our shuttle through. Now on a down join, guess where you're going to come? You're going to come through the bottom like that, not down. It will twist on you. Now you want to pull all that thread into that picot and adjust it. And you just play with it, okay? Now add your double stitch. Again, you can do it between double stitches. You can do it like Jan does. He does it in the middle of a double stitch. Just be careful. Anything you do other than this, you lose picot, lose your stitch in the picot, your join. Now, there you go. That is the down join. Can you see the difference? On the down join, you don't have that gap in the middle like you do an up join. It looks like a continuous line of double stitches. You see the look, how the look changes depending on what you use. So if you do an up join, that's all fine. Okay, I'm not going to count against you. Nobody's going to count against you for an up join. It's all in what you want your work to look like. Okay, if you want your work to look continual, do all down joins. Okay, but there is rules for down joins in certain aspects. There's rules for up joins as well. Those of you that went to Tat Days and you took the Ankars class, Phyllis told you everything I gave her was the information I had from the Ankar school in Russia. Okay, because I took all their courses. And what they say is, if your join is on the front of the work, you do a front side join. Or an up join. They call it a front side join. Okay. If anything's joining on the back side, it's a backside join, which we call a down join. So if, okay, Joanne, I'll see you next week. Bye-bye. If you have two rings that stack on top of each other like this, the join for these two rings would be an up join. If the two rings join on the back side, it would be a down join. That's okay, Nancy. You're fine. You can always watch the replay. Okay. So does everybody have the difference between the up join and the down join? Up join, you pull your picot from the front side. Down join, you pull your picot from the back side. So, does everybody got that? Let me switch camera. All right, needle tatters for you guys. The same rules apply. Okay, if it is on the front, you pull the picot up. And that's an up joint. If it's on the back, you pull the picot down, it's a down joint. Marie, I didn't even see you come in. So, everybody got that? Hi, Barbara. All right, learn those two. I want you all to tat up whatever you want to tat up. Okay, just doesn't matter. I just want to see you perform the up join, the down join, and a folded join using the video that's up on the class site. Now, if I teach every technique, we can't get into the really, really fun stuff, you know, called patterns, making things, having fun, because guess what we got? We got the permissions that we needed for certain things. They came in. All right. We also have a pattern coming in for helix tatting. Yeah, we're going to learn that. And beginners, believe it or not, you're going to get to use 10 shuttles at once, because I know you can do it. All right. So what you've got to do is learn these techniques. Okay. And most of them you can learn on the videos. Exactly, Katia. If you slide your needle into the picot needle tatters, it will not be as clean as the joins that I showed. Okay? It just won't be. So try to make those joins just like a shuttle tatter does. Pull the picot, run the needle through, tighten it up, and it'll lay the same. So are there any questions on these joins? We're not going to get into the technical savvy stuff. We're not going to get into that today. That's down the road. How do you deal with a picot at the end of an element that's not a join? You don't want to lose it? This is what we use. This is a picot holder. It's called paper clip. We call them picot holders. Okay. If you start a pattern with a picot holder, that will keep it from closing in on itself. Okay. If you have a picot at the end of the element, again, picot holder, use it, close the element in the element, then it will stay in place. Bulb pins do the same thing. I think I have one in here in my drawer. I've got a box up above my head that has all kinds of fun little gizmos I use. But bulb pins are fun because you don't have to fiddle with them. See, that's what they look like. Little bulbs. Light bulbs. Okay. And they're called bulb pins. You get them in the sewing department. Okay. Craft department. So we call them picot holders. Exactly. The ones that comes in men's shirts are great. They're coilless. They don't have a coil in them to hang your thread on. You get a regular safety pin, that thread's going to be mutilated before you get it off of there. You don't want your thread tore up. You pay too much for it. So any questions, folks? Now, y'all want a good funny. I told you Murphy was staying here permanently. I have a washer. I bought me a portable washer for the rig. Laundry has gotten ridiculously high with everything else. I mean, they're dirty clothes, folks. Let's be real. Okay. So I bought me a Panda portable washer. Well, where it goes up in our closet, we're going to have them when we take the rig into the factory, have them mounted in there so that it doesn't move on moving day. So for right now, we've got it hooked up to the shower to fill the washer down here in the kitchen. Well, that worked great. You can take a shower while you're filling the washing machine because it goes psst. everywhere. But it does fill the washer eventually. Well, we didn't have it tight enough connected to the washer. Water went everywhere in that kitchen. And all I could do was think, oh my God, I don't need it to get into the slides. I didn't even give it a thought. They're replacing the slides when we take it to factory. So it doesn't really matter what we do. But I was concerned about damaging the damaged slides. So yeah. That is a lark's head join, Aurora. Aurora asked, how is it called that join that creates a picot while joins two shapes? Okay. That join that you're talking about, I'm believing is a lark's head join, to be honest with you. I'm not sure. I've got to get back into my notes. Y'all be surprised how much stuff that I have forgotten because we don't use it that often. So what I've been doing is, and I'm going to tell you my little secrets, okay? I've been working with tatting every day, trying to refresh my memory. The medicine that I take, anybody that saw me at Tat Days knows what it does to me. So I don't take it before class, but it does mess with my memory. Yeah, Laces sells safety pins without the loop. Thank you, Susan. The little coil in the bottom, they sell them without it. All right, the one that Mark Myers uses in his work, and I've got his books. I'll have to look it up, and I'll get with you on Thursday on that. Like I said, I've lost a lot just because my brain is not functioning like it used to. It's been put through the ringer, literally put through the ringer. So, I mean, I've peeled books out of storage and I'm going through my books and reading up on them. So, yeah, it's all this medicine's not good for me in that manner. I forget more than I can remember at times. Yeah, you can use a paper clip, and yes, it will make a larger picot. I like the bulb pins because it gives me a joining sized picot. False picots, yes, if regular first half and you flip the second. Now I've tried it, Jan, flipping the second half and not flipping the second half and doing a regular first half. That one, that's a false picot. Mock picot is another word for that. Another thing is I've tried not flipping the first half and flipping the second half. And honestly, if you do it that way, it creates a knot that shows. If you do it the way you're talking about, Jan, it doesn't. It doesn't show as a knot. And I don't know why. I mean, it's just whichever side you're flipping has some bearing on that I have found. So, yeah, you relearn it. And the folded join it's not that hard. It really isn't. But because we don't use it that often, it's easy to forget. And you're sitting there at the end of the pattern, and you're saying, okay, now what do I do? And it never comes to mind. You mail it straight into the online tatting class at gmail.com. We're working on trying to get a homework site set up, but we're also working on the donation site, all that stuff, which, by the way, folks, you feel you've learned something and you feel like you want to contribute, this class is run on donation only. We have to pay for our webpage. We have to pay for camera equipment, things such as that. And stuff like that ain't cheap. Okay. And so we're putting our kitty together to pay for things. All right. Once we get our little kitty built, so we've got something to fall back on, the next thing is to work on scholarship funding. Okay. We'll get more into that later on down the road. So, any other questions? Any more comments? Hey, listen, Aurora, you keep it up. I'm gonna have to send you that cardinal I had to make 150 of. I'm teasing. I can't do that to you. You've got my guest room all set up for me. If I ever get on a boat or a plane, yeah, I'm coming to see you. By the way, where she lives in Venezuela, I don't fly. I ain't got wings yet. Can't swim. So I can't get on no boat because if it sinks, I can't swim. I'm shark bait. You're welcome, Barb. Everybody give it a thumbs up. If you know the folded joint, I'm not going to torture you with doing it. Most of you that have been here for a while know that folded joint, upside down, inside out. You don't have to do it. Okay? But tat something pretty using it if you can. If not, tat something pretty using the two different joints. Also, did everybody get the pattern in the class thing today? That is really a pretty pattern. I ain't going to tell you whose it is. Y'all are very welcome. I do this for you guys. Okay? I don't do it for me. I do it for y'all. You're the highlight of my week. Trust me. Especially if you have to deal with, Murphy every day. All right. So with that, I shall see you all Thursday. Last thing I want to know, anybody that wants to help with translating the videos into other languages, let me know. Okay? Send it in through the class. I will get with each of you and tell you what all you got to do. It's real simple. Okay? So there you go. Exactly. Thank you, Katia. You're welcome, Jill. Everybody, you're so welcome. You're so welcome. Y'all have a good day, and I'll see you guys on Thursday. Happy tatting, and may all your threads make beautiful lace and never tangle. We'll see y'all on Thursday. Bye-bye.